Hey everybody, and welcome on back to Building with Whip. We are on our next episode of our Let's Build a Castle series, building up the Arcanum here. Last episode we came through and finished off that peak of the roof right up there, as well as that little top of the tower, and it is looking pretty freaking fantastic. I had so much fun in that one. It's great being back at this build after working over at our Vineyard for the last few episodes of our survival series, and it's really fun coming back into the castle, building something that stretches high up into the sky instead of working with staying down low on the ground building a little farm area. So it's nice being back over here. Since last episode, I've been doing a little bit of work trying to check a few things off the list, especially coming into this area with the shaders on, with our sun peering down through here, throwing that off-centered shadow. No, oh, that's, or the light and the rest of it's in shadow or in the shade. Oh, this is looking really cool, guys. In today's episode, however, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on this area right here. You can see I went ahead and threw a floor in this. This is basically going to be our main entry hall area. I guess that's the entry, but this will be the main hall area where the 5 grand wizards, or whatever we want to call them, like the head wizards or whatever, they're going to be the grand mages, I don't know. They're going to be sitting along here. We're going to have 5 chairs for them eventually when we do the interior for it, but basically what I wanted to build up is the walls for this guy today, the outside walk around area that we're going to have going around here as well, and then also beyond that, I started laying out what I want our last wing of the upper area for the castle to be looking like. So we can go ahead and ender pearl our way up here real fast. You can see that I have a bunch of iron in my inventory right now because I've been doing a little bit of work up here, bringing anvils and things all the way around here. And I ran out of iron, so actually we had to go ahead and chop down one of our beacons that we had over there, working on clearing out the canal areas for the city. And I had to turn that into just some iron blocks that we can use. So we actually need to go ahead here and make some stuff right here that we can use to actually get some more anvils in here. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. I'm going to start with 15. I think it'll be good. I hope. I don't want to use too much iron unless we actually have to, but I really love the look of all these guys, how it works right here. Oh, 15 was perfect. I'm glad I didn't do 27. Those should be the last anvils that we need for a very long time for this area. I just want this center courtyard area to here to be looking pretty cool with anvils and everything like that. I'll tell you guys what though, I do want to go ahead and get an idea in mind of how we want to structure some. I want to get a lot of tall grand windows stretching around that entire area, and I'm currently playing with the idea of bringing this wall area here up to probably about like right there or so. So we do need to stack that up, and then I don't know what that would do to the inside. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just say they're magical wizards and their glass is unbreakable. I think that'll be fine. Alright, I've been doing a little bit of work here, getting things ready, set up and ready to go here. And I've come up with how I want the windows to look, at least from the inside, is I think we're just going to use the purple stained glass so we can get that kind of checkerboard diagonal pattern there. And what we're going to do is we're going to have 1, 2, 3, and yeah, just 3 windows going on each side. I think that'll be pretty good. Back here, we're going to work on probably adding in some detail elements to those sides, so it's a bit more interesting than just being blank corners like that. But we'll get to that way down the road in the future. Outside here on the outside, outside on the outside, maybe we actually go ahead and add some little doorways coming right throughout here, and that's how you can actually get out to that point. I think that might actually work out pretty well for us, because then we can go ahead and just have a way out here. Yeah, maybe we actually go ahead and stretch it here so that it's not going up the corner of that above part right there, whatever you want to call that, the hall that we're going to be building up on top of this guy. So maybe we'll go ahead and do that, just kind of thinking on the fly here. That'll be pretty good. Then we can add a little bit of detail elements to the outside of that. What I was thinking back here though, I had a pretty crazy idea where I want to go ahead and actually bring this area up right here to more or less be even with that guy. And then I wanted to go ahead and create a walkway that's actually going to stretch across this entire area out to here. And then out on this endpoint that we're standing on right now, we're going to be building up an extra structure or something like that on it. But I felt like we could go ahead and break the roof up here almost into 2 different halves by having some sort of a bridged walkway or something. They'll be like 3 or 4 or 5 blocks wide or something, coming out all the way through here on the center. And we can go have it like that, and then maybe we go up another block as well. I don't know. That's just going to be a guideline for now. But I was thinking something like that could go ahead and really break up the roof, because I want to go ahead and use purple for the roof going all the way around so we can make something similar to that guy, but probably at a more of a dome slope instead of kind of arching its way up there. That being said, though, what I wanted to go ahead and focus on now was getting in a little bit more of an interesting area for the floor right here. So the floor itself right now is pretty dang boring. And I was thinking that we could go ahead and honestly just right here, just draw basically a line with some stairs. We'll come back and mix this stuff up later. But for now, I wanted to go ahead and just do this. And back here, I wanted to go ahead and more or less fill this area in with some dark oak planks so that it looks like this area is raised up a little bit more than the previous one. It might honestly even be best to go ahead and like round this area out a little bit more so we can have some extra detail up here on the front. So we could have like one wizard sitting there, one here, the main one there, then one, and then we could go ahead and round this area, which could be kind of cool. But for now, we're going to go ahead and just leave this here because I want to use this as a rough guideline for what we're going to be using back in these areas. So what I want to do back here, though, was basically go ahead and bring this out again and raise this area up another block. And we could go ahead and have this area coming back up here a little bit more, which means that we need to go ahead. Basically, this is forcing design decisions on us, where we now need to go ahead and instead of having the doorway down here, we need to go ahead and have the doorway, however we're going to do it, needs to be up at this level. So it forces us to raise these areas up and add a little bit more variation to them, which I like the idea of doing that. So that's why I'm kind of going through and doing this. But I wanted to go ahead and force some height variation and things like that just by raising up the center area. So having that come back through here, then we have to have this area raised up as well. So that's kind of what I'm working on now, just getting a few more ideas in here. A lot of just planning still because I don't know what quite we're going to be doing in this area yet. So bear with me as I get this stuff kind of narrowed out here, and I might throw up the windows and we'll come back for the roof or something. Now this here is something I'm actually pretty proud of. I've been working on just a little bit of a roof trim, trying to incorporate that prismarine that we've been using before, and of course now we can't see it too well. But I decided to go with something like this so that we could have that prismarine accent going around the top so we get that color changing magical bit that we've been going for here. Then to help cover it up and hide it so it's not just a plain old strip going along. We're using every 3, we basically have a slab, and then alternating, we have a wall up there. And I think it adds a lot of extra depth into this build. You can see that we actually went ahead and detailed out the areas around the windows as well. And I haven't slept yet, so tonight we might get some phantoms in here, see if we can't get some more phantom membrane and do some of the good old survival-y stuff, because I only have 3 of those to my name still. But anyways, we can use our awesome staircase right there to jump up back into this area. And I still need to come through over here and do it, but I just wanted to quickly show you guys how it was looking, if I can remember how this bit starts out right here. So I think it was, yeah, so we end on the 3. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and then 3 right here, then do that one as a raised up bit. And then to jump up on, we get the cobblestone wall right up there. And then I decided to go ahead and on top of these guys, we're gonna basically do like this. And we can do a wall or a stair right there. And then on this one, just to help end it off a little bit better, we're going to do a stair. And basically that continues going all the way throughout this area here. And then we're going to be starting that dark, or not dark prismarine, that purple roof bit going up from here. So I'll go ahead and get that stuff in. I'll be back. I gotta say really quickly here, this castle looks so cool at nighttime. I wish it was easier to play Minecraft at night because you get so much atmosphere out of it. Look at this thing. That's so cool with all the dark shadows and everything. I really like this one. I am so tired of all these mobs dropping on top of my head, guys. Every single time I run through here to run back and grab some more materials, there's always some of them up there. See, a zombie just died right there. They're freaking everywhere. They are so out to get me. And I went ahead and changed our plan up here a little bit. You can see that I went ahead and got the roof in as far as where the purple side is going to be sitting. And it comes out to this area where it's just kind of a skinnied out corridor. I want to do like one more strip of the dark oak right across here, then raise this platform up again. And this will be like an office area in the back here for whoever would be here, the grand something or another. But we can go ahead and basically just, do we want to, let's go ahead and close him off like right here. So he can do that, and then he can have a little like 3 wide area. So it's just a little bit smaller to get into here. It's not this big open wide place. So we can have a big doorway right in there. That should be pretty good. Then let's go ahead and quickly while we're here, we can go ahead and take a look at everything here in just a quick second. But you can see right here, I went ahead and brought everything out yet again. And we're bringing up all these, and there we are. We're back down. Let's take a look at the walls now. Nope, come on, fly, fly, fly. All right, there's our little dome shape for the roof. You can see it kind of coming up here, and I like this one. It's interesting, but I think it'll work for now. And then I went ahead, I know I originally talked about bringing that bridge up here, but I decided that I didn't want to bring this up all the way up here because it would end like another 4 or 5 blocks higher. It probably would have ended at that height, maybe even a little bit taller. And I felt like the bridge would be a little weird looking, so I went ahead and dropped that guy down. And we got this flat platform up here, which I'm thinking we could go ahead and turn into some sort of a garden area, which would be kind of cool. Get some herbs and plants growing on both sides. Then that'll come out to back in this area. I wanted to basically go ahead and bring this stuff going all the way around here at that height, and then probably have it jump out like a block or so and just make it look like it's getting a little bit wider. And we'll have a little walk around area right up in here. And then in the center of it, we might do like a crystal or something floating on top of it. Maybe we bring in like another end crystal, which sounds like a terrible idea, but it sounds like something that we might need to do here to make this stuff look even more interesting. That's where I'm at right now. I'm going to focus on getting this area right here kind of working out and getting the base plan in for it. Then we can go ahead and detail things out a little bit more. And we got to go ahead and get this stuff in here. But this is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. So we might wait for that guy and this big section in the next episode, because I think tackling both of them, or tackling that thing and this whole area here in one, was a little bit too big of a project for me. So we'll see how this goes. Even though I already said that we tore down an entire beacon to make more anvils, for some reason, I decided to go with anvils out here as our railing for this area. However, instead of 5 blocks in between each anvil, I only did 3. So we saved a few. A very small amount of a few. But it's looking pretty good. We can go ahead and fly off onto this direction because it looks a heck of a lot better with the tower in the background and all that good stuff. And there we go. That's the upper part of it finished up so far. I like this a lot. I think it's different than what I first envisioned in my mind when I first created the idea behind this place. But I think that's totally okay. I think it's okay to change our ideas as we rush through finishing up the projects. They're not rushing to finish up the projects, but I think it's okay to change and adapt our ideas as we kind of build and grow on what we're doing right here. This does, however, look a little bit like a pawn from chess, like the base pawn shape or something. I don't know. That's what it keeps reminding me of there. Anyways, I did want to come up into this area, and we said we were going to throw in some gardens here, and I wanted to see if we could plot out some right here. So I was thinking if we go ahead and did 10 on each side, and then did something like this. I was thinking that's probably enough in the way of getting a big old garden. Oh, I was like, did I take a... I was like, I knew I built some spruce trapdoors. I thought I'd like put them back or something and didn't bring them with me. That would have been very, very sad. Originally, I had wanted to throw a greenhouse of sorts into this build itself, but I'm thinking now that I've been messing around with this area a lot more, we won't really have a good place to throw in a greenhouse. So I'm thinking almost about changing one of those dorm areas that we had out in front of the castle, planned up and ready to go for out there, into a sort of a greenhouse. But yeah, I wanted to go ahead and just throw flowers in like this on both sides, give ourselves a little bit of a color and a little bit of decoration up here. I do want to go ahead and take some brown beds and throw those guys in back here, and we make a few little benches or something hanging up against the edge of this. So I do need to go ahead and get a few more of those, but it is almost nighttime, so we'll come back and sleep with that guy here in just a sec. Now out here though, I did want to go ahead and create some sort of a pyre almost. So I was thinking we could go ahead. That's not center at all. Where would be center on here? Oh man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that looks about center right there. So we can go ahead and move this guy actually back in 1. So I was thinking we could go ahead and start with just a big old plus shape right here, and then actually go ahead and start it out on this side, and then go up 2 blocks, bring this up here, and then go ahead and basically bring these guys like this, going all the way around. And then I do want to go ahead and throw in another end crystal sitting right on top of this one. You guys have seen me do that before though, and it's not very pretty getting that thing in place here. So I think I'll probably have to come in here and do that myself. But I was thinking something like that. Just something small out here on the end would be a good way for us to add a little bit of detail to the edge of this guy without adding too much. And I think that would be a cool like central crystal type thing that we could have floating out here doing its magical stuff. And I think that'll be probably pretty good for the design for this area. So we got to get that finished up. Then we got to do the railing down there. And then this area should be more or less done. I've decided that for the wall design that we're going to use out here, we're actually going to go ahead and use the exact same wall design that we've used previously over on the very front of the castle. So I'm going to try and remember to see how we did that guy. But basically it involved setting up all of these areas here with a like little window for like arrows to shoot through, which I know doesn't make too much sense seeing as we are working here with wizards, so maybe they'll throw some spells down through there. But I want to go ahead and do something that'll give it a little bit of extra height compared to what we would have been able to find. And anyways, I was going to put a stair here. But obviously you can see that's going to leave an open gap because I want to do something like this. That's how we did it before, but I don't think because of that we aren't going to be able to do it, so we can go ahead and do that one. So basically what we want to do here is every single other block we want to go ahead and start by throwing in a polished andesite and basically take this going all the way around, making sure that it just loosens itself up here a little bit and we can give ourselves a little bit of room to work with, and making sure that we have some sort of cool design going all the way around, basically just doing stuff like this and then bringing that thing up to there. That should give us a good amount of railing height from the inside as well as from the outside. Out here it looks pretty small, but I think that'll do okay for just some small barricade that magical wizards still would be able to protect them. I don't really know, guys. I'm kind of making this one up as I go and stretching the limits here a little bit, but I think that's okay for this. I don't want to rebuild the whole castle to make sure this area works, so we're gonna leave it as is. Because like over here, for example, if we go ahead and do this stuff, at most we're looking at like 2.5 blocks tall. But like this area right here, theoretically, like who's gonna attack from this angle? One, there's a lake there, and two, there's mountains here. So this is mostly just for show. It's now the next day. I decided to go ahead and give myself just a full day to just kind of sit on everything here and see where my brain was gonna be going after. I felt myself getting a little bit frustrated with this build, as you guys probably could tell in the last clip. I was like, yeah, we'll probably just do this and then call it good. That'd be about all we're going to be doing. I decided to go ahead and sit on this one, see where things would go from there. And I got our railing built up around both of these sides. Little mic adjustment right there. But I like the look going on so far. I've also done a bunch of detail work coming out on this guy as far as getting that thing set up there, and doing a little bit of work on the top side as well. So hopefully we got some stuff going on here. I can't remember if I showed you guys that we got the end crystal placed up there as well or not. I don't know if I did. I thought I brought you guys in for that, but I don't know. I'll have to go look through the clips. But anyways, all this stuff down here needs to get texture variation going along the base of these walls right here. And then up above, we got our little garden areas in up here. I remember showing you guys the gardens. It's been a while. So if I didn't show you building that thing up, let me know. Coming up here though, it's looking pretty great. I think I started with building this. Anyways though, I got a question for you guys. We got a nice sign right here. Doesn't have any text on it. So I want you guys to let me know down in the comments below, what should we put here? Give me a name that we can dedicate this shrine to. Some grand wizard warrior, something or another. Maybe a scientist that discovered this crazy magic thing, something else. Give me something that we can do like in loving memory of, and then give me the name of the wizard, the grand wizard or something like that, or whoever it would be. And then also if you can incorporate your name in there too, for sure you can have this spot as well. But let me know down in the comments below something cool that we can throw on one Minecraft sign. We are not expanding this to 2 Minecraft signs, so make sure it's short, make sure it's snappy, and gets right to the point. We got to dedicate this crystal right here to something. I don't really know. That's all I'm going to say about that topic right there. But yeah. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this one. I think it's pretty good so far. I do want to go ahead and get that texture variation in like I was talking about. And I'm thinking that we might actually be able to go ahead and get the roof and everything actually on this area. It's really not going to take too long. I'm playing with the idea of literally just bringing in spruce wood and bringing spruce wood across that whole thing. I know we have that ring down here. I was thinking that might look cool, or maybe at least like a dark oak wood border, like of stairs coming across the base here. Then bring in like our cyan or the light blue terracotta or whatever that guy is, and go all the way up and back down. I think that might probably be the best idea that we can go for here. We probably won't do the inside here. We'll probably save the inside of this as well as the tower over there for next episode. So I'll tell you guys what, let me go ahead and bust some windows out in this. I'm thinking maybe if we do one right there, then we count 3, then we can do one right there. And if we count 3, we can do another one right there. I think that's probably a good bit. And then we can make them 3 tall. That works for me. I like that. I think we can handle that. And I'm thinking actually we're going to bring that roof overhanging so we get a little bit of contrast to it. Okay, I got a plan in mind. We got this thing ready to go. All right, I ended up spiking up the roof here quite a bit more than what we had previously. And I think I actually really like it. I made it a little bit taller than what we would have had normally. And I think it worked out for the better. So coming back here to take a look, you can see that our old roof was going to be right there, and it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks taller as far as that goes, and it does run into the bottom of this tower, but I'm okay with that being a little bit taller because we're going to make these guys there, and I think we'll dip the roof a little bit to give it a little bit of a sway to it to make it look a little bit smoother. Maybe like it's that tower and it comes down and goes back up into that guy. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm just adding in little bits of detail. I'm trying to figure out what we can do to detail this face of it out, because this is the only wall that we have that's only 1 block thick, so we actually don't have a lot of room for detail into it. I'm thinking about extending some bits coming out over the edge. Like, I was playing with the idea of having like every 3 doing like some walls like that, just so there's a little bit of thickness to it. But I think that would look kind of stupid out there on those ends, so I'm thinking that's not the best idea. Overall, I'm still trying to just come up with some ideas here, honestly. I'm not too sure on this one, so I'll tell you guys what. Let me go ahead and mess around with this a little bit more, see what I can't come up with, and hopefully when I come back, we'll have something looking a little bit better than this. We'll see, guys. We'll see. All right, I think I got the base idea figured out. I'm going to try and figure out a way that we can go ahead and bring some sort of a slab line along there and make it come out this way a little bit, or maybe we'll just have it go directly back up into there and have that broken apart. But what we are using here is blue terracotta. We have not used this before in the area. I did want to go ahead and do something that would be a little bit darker than everything else. I was almost leaning towards going with like a dark oak or something like that, like just having a wooden roof to it. But I think blue terracotta here will be actually a pretty good one. It'll be a nice little bit of contrast to all the other roof colors we have in here while adding some kind of stark difference to it. I do want to go ahead and add some extra windows and air vents and things like that to the roof itself. But I think for now, what we're going to try and focus on doing is just coming on up here and working on bringing the blue terracotta all the way across. I did not have too much of it in my inventory over back at Papyrus, so I'm really hoping that we are able to get a lot of this stuff done with these 3 3/3 stacks of the stuff. So hopefully that gets us through a lot of what we need to have here. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fill this stuff in, and I'll be back with you guys as soon as I got another update. I don't think we're going to make it. I don't think we're going to make this at all. This is just filling up the front here. Oh, we made it. We got 5 blocks left, guys. That's a lot of blue terracotta. I guess I need to go find the mesa. You know, I do have a bunch of regular terracotta, and we got lapis. We're good. We can go and fill this stuff in. But I'm thinking that we're here right now. I want to start off by, I'm thinking in the middle, each one of these lines. So it's basically going to take down from that guy. Coming down to here is in the middle, and then that guy in the middle right there. So I wanted to go ahead and chop out right there, and then where are we? Right here. I think that'll be pretty good to get some extra windows up here along the top. So I think we could go ahead and get some extra little bits of detail while adding some variation based on what's down below, making sure we're all the way, which is this guy right here. Perfect. Okay, so if we fly back on down here, how's that look evening things out? I like that. I think that'll be good. Maybe we could even go ahead and move those guys in. If we moved them in another 2 over, they'd be straight up over those guys, which I don't really want. We'll mess with this for now, and I'll see what I can come up with. You know, all I'm saying, guys, is this thing looks actually pretty freaking awesome. I'll be honest, though, the view from this corner over here, probably even better. Even up here, though, it's looking pretty dang good. Even without the shaders, I really like this area up here. I went ahead and moved our benches from against the wall there to kind of sitting out here a little bit more in the open so we could add these cobblestone walls in so it wasn't a completely flat face going down here. Then the prismarine strip is in there. We brought in some stairs to add this little bit of an overhang bit to it, which I actually kind of like. I think it's doing pretty well. Up here, I went ahead and built up what our windows are going to be looking like, which is pretty awesome. I probably should have brought you guys in to show you what these are. Basically, that is dark oak stripped logs going up there, stepping up 2 at a time. In the background, we got some spruce wood back there. Then we got our glass windows with our little spruce border on there. It's the white glass planes. I threw a sea lantern in there so we get some light here at night, which makes it look even cooler. And then up here, these guys are all just dark oak, and then we're bringing that blue terracotta coming out across the edges. I like it. I think it's pretty good. Let's go and jump up here real quick and show y'all. I don't think I can jump up from anywhere. Right there sounds great. Yeah, so this is kind of what it's like up here. I'm thinking about we're probably going to go ahead and do that sticking out this side here, or I'm thinking about almost just doing 3 of them, but starting them from that lowest point instead of the second up level and making them a bit taller and wider. Thought that might be kind of cool to stretch 3 of them across this area, because I think we could have one coming right here, another one probably in the center right here, and then we have our last one in the center of these 2 over there. I don't know, that could be pretty cool. That'll be for a future episode though, but I will tell you guys what, I think it's probably at a good point here that we go ahead and wrap this one up, because we skipped or we got a lot of work done here. This whole thing right here is all brand new, and we got our crystal out there, our end crystal and all that good stuff. It's looking pretty great. Next episode, we'll come back in and work on those guys, but let me go ahead and grab a comment or question of the day here, and I'll be back with y'all, and we can go ahead and finish this one off. Welcome on back. We are over here starting at the Vineyard real quick because I decided that I wanted to go ahead and give myself a little bit of time of, you know, Whip, just go build, have some fun. Don't worry about recording any of it. Just have some fun with it. Before, we had a gross rose field over here that did not look too great. And a lot of people left comments saying, hey, you gotta fix that thing up, dude. Like, come on. That we have this beautiful vineyard, everything out here, and you just plotted a bunch of roses down here. So yes, I did fix it up. I went ahead and built a little storage shed over here so we could have some extra stuff that we can store and work with. And then down here, it comes down to this area, some more crates. We got 2 little wagon designs right here that we could use for that stuff, and then we have 2 big vats that we could use for crushing grapes, and you can jump up here, smash all the grapes down, blah blah blah, and then we got little spigots right there using some hoppers where all this stuff could come out, and it filled up the end. That's nobody saw anything. I like this area though. I think this will work for what I wanted to do. I think this kind of keeps a little bit of a better idea in mind than what we had previously for this area. So let me know if you guys like this one. I like this one a lot, but we can modify it again if need be. If you guys still don't like it, just yell at me again. Coming over to the castle though, we have done so much work today. It's been a whirlwind. There's been a lot of stuff going on with this build so far. And I kind of tried a new video style here for this one. We're doing a lot more of just cuts of me building, showing parts of it, then finishing it, then coming back in. And then at the end, I kind of forgot to do that for those guys. So sorry about that. But if you guys like that type of stuff, let me know. Or if you want to see it going back to more of like the let's build everything on camera type stuff that we previously used to be doing, let me know. Because I feel like this way we can cram a lot more work into the episodes. But if you guys don't enjoy the episodes being that much extra work and things being done, more of a low-key, smaller one, let me know. The reason why I'm doing it here is because I want to get this whole castle done by the world tour. So this is episode 172 right now, per the book saying right here. And we got to get the world tour out at 175. So we got 2 episodes. We don't have a lot of time. Anyways, though, comment or question of the day for today is a double. This one is coming in from Jared Martin to start. He's saying an idea for smallish builds could be making some hamlets. Watching Vastin, they have small builds such as little farms or campsites along the roads in between the different cities. Since everything in your world is connected by roads, it could be fun to add in a few more things like that and give it more life. From Jared Martin. Then Rebecca over here responded to his comment and just kind of, this is what actually got my mind going on this one. She said, yes, little sheep farms and farmers, traveling gypsies too. I think that's an awesome idea. We have so much space, especially stretching from the edge of this city over to Castle Bleakrock all the way out there on the coast. We have a big old roadway that we could fill in with lots of stuff and do lots of things. That's kind of what the vineyard here was also meant to do as well, because coming over through this area right here, we can follow this empty road through the forest that doesn't have a whole lot to it besides some flowers on the sides, and that'll eventually pop out into our desert over here where we have papyrus, which is in the end hopefully going to be a little bit bigger than what it is right now. This is kind of the city that we started with and need to get back to finishing. I'm planning on bringing this out here and basically bringing that into the mountain, but I was thinking maybe we could go ahead and cram a small build hidden into the woods here. Maybe we have like a little gypsy camp or something hidden, nestled in with the trees. Maybe like an herbalist lives out here, a forestry person or something. I don't really know. Lots of ideas that we can go with there. Anyways, I do hope you guys have enjoyed today's episode. There's a lot of work going on here. Let me know what you guys want to be seeing moving forward. Small build ideas are very, very welcome. Looking to pick up a few little projects here and there and do just general work around the world while we wait for 1.14 to pick up and get here, because there's so many building blocks that we're going to get through that one, so I kind of want to wait off on that. That being said, though, after we finish the castle, I do want to go ahead and get this area cleaned up here because we have this awesome castle with this not awesome area in front of it. So we're going to be working on this area probably directly after the castle. So if you guys have ideas of what we can throw in down here, be sure to let me know that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you are new, and I will catch you on the flip side.